And then find yourself in a comfortable seated position to start our practice this morning. Let the eyes close or look at a spot on the floor in front of you. Hands rest on the knees or in the center of the lap. And simply start your practice by connecting with your breath. Notice your inhales and your exhales. Inhale, try to fill up your lungs completely. And over the next 3 or 4 rounds of exhales, just let it sigh out the mouth and feel good as you let the breath out. And inhale through the nose, fill the lungs up completely. And exhale, sigh it out, H-A, ha. And over the next 2 rounds of breath on your inhale, feel like you're taking in whatever you need. And on your exhales, let go of anything not serving you, any stress that you can't control, let it all out of your body. Inhale one more time, feel the spine lengthen. And exhale, sigh it out. Now keep your spine long and tuck your chin down towards the chest. And really slowly this morning, bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Really noticing every part of this subtle neck stretch. And roll your chin back to the center and then gently over to the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. And back to center, and keep moving side to side as slow or as quick as you want. You can even take full neck circles. The practice is yours. I'm simply a guide. One more to each side. And now bring your head up through the center. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Lift your gaze overhead. Exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind your back, twist. Inhale for length, feel the spine get long. And exhale, twist just a little bit more. Inhale, lift the arms up through center, lift your gaze again. Exhale, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. As those fingers come down to the floor behind you, feel like it's a kickstand and lengthen your spine, gaze past that left shoulder. And inhale, back up to center, lift the arms and gaze. And exhale, walk your hands out in front of you. Maybe let the forehead rest on the floor. Press down and back with your sits bones, the hips. And walk your hands back in. Grab your shins or knees as you come back to a seated position, and we'll begin to move through seated cat-cow. Inhale, lift your chin, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin round the spine. Inhale, lift the chest and gaze. And exhale, tuck and round. Keep moving this way with your breath, maybe taking some extra time or going faster. Take one more full round like this. And after your next full round, cross at the ankles, roll over onto your shins for a regular cat-cow. Dropping the navel down, lifting the chin, inhale. And then exhale, really exaggerate that movement. Bring the spine up towards the ceiling, gaze at the navel. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the gaze, and exhale, really round. Tuck the chin, reach the back up towards the ceiling. Keep moving this way as fast or as slow as you'd like. About 3 more rounds of cat-cow. And after your 3rd round, come to a tabletop position, looking straight down at the floor below you. And then we'll take kind of a side-to-side cat-cow. So I want you to drop your hips over to the left side of your mat and then gaze to your right hip. And then switch your hips over to the right side of the mat and gaze to the left hip. And do this a few times. Just hips move to the opposite side and you gaze back for your hip. You might feel some of that tension in the hips and breathe through it, letting it break up with each movement, each breath. One more to each side here. And after you're done, we'll meet back in a tabletop position and warm up the core. So gaze it straight down, extend the right leg behind you, toes flex towards the floor, core's in tight, ribs are knit together, extend the left arm in front of you, palm faces the right side of the room. Exhale, bend the elbow and knee touch beneath you or come close. Inhale, extend. Exhale, touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, touch. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it together. 1 more time, reach. And bring it together. This time as you reach, lift the limbs as high as you can. And you might stay here or bend your back knee, reach back for the foot. Lift and kick into the left hand. Maybe even lift your gaze for 3, 2, and mindfully, slowly release the pose. Bring it back down. Bring the left leg up behind you, flex the toes straight down towards the floor. Extend the right arm in front of you, palm faces the left side of the room. Gaze is straight down, spine is long. Core is knit in and back towards the spine. Exhale, elbow and knee touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, touch. Inhale, reach. 3 more, bring it together. Get long. Exhale, elbow and knee touch. Extend 1 more time. We touch and then reach and lift as high as you can with the limbs extended. And if you feel okay, bend the back knee, reach for the foot. You don't have to capture it. But if you do, kick into your hand and then lift your gaze at the end. Slowly, mindfully release. Hands down, knee down. Tuck the toes. Move into your first down dog. Pedal the heels. Warm up the backs of the legs. Spread the fingers wide. Press into the fingertips. Gaze is at the thighs or the navel. On your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward, take several steps to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet hip distance apart if they're not already. Bend your knees. Grab opposite elbows for ragdoll pose. Shake your head yes as you sway side to side. Shake your head no as you sway side to side. And on your next exhale, let your arms just flop down towards the floor. Plant the hands. Lengthen the backs of your legs if you can. If you need to bend the knees, feel free. Left hand will stay down in the middle of your feet. Lift the right arm up as you bend the left knee. Gaze to the right hand. Maybe bring the right hand across the low back to the left hip pocket. Take a twist. Inhale through the nose. And just like the beginning of class, exhale, sigh it out the mouth. H-A, ha. Re-extend the right arm long. Replace the right hand to the mat. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. Inhale, lift the left arm up for a twist. And maybe bring the left hand across the low back to the right hip pocket. Roll the left shoulder on top of the right. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, side out, HA, ha. Re-extend the left arm if you're in the bind and bring your hand back down to the floor. Bring your feet just a little bit closer, maybe one little smidge closer, and we'll bend our knees a lot. This is a little complicated, but you can do it. Bring the right hand behind the right calf and then grab the left shin. And then left hand behind the left calf, grab the right shin, bend your knees as much as you need to, and then slowly lift your hips and pull yourself together here while holding on to the shins. Feel the spine lengthen. Feel the backs of the legs lengthen. Breathe for 3, 2, and slowly release. Let the arms come down to the floor. Bend in the knees. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. The head will lift last, and then once it does, the arms and the gaze lift up. And exhale, hands come down by your side, Samastihiti, palms face forward, maybe bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. And then close your eyes here in your mountain pose or look at a spot on the floor in front of you. Bring awareness to your bandhas or some energy centers inside the body that will help you move a little bit lighter as we flow here. So first, feel your feet really grounded into the earth. All 4 corners of the feet are touching. You might even lift your toes up off the floor. Spread the toes wide and beginning with the pinky toe, press it down and work all the way to the big toe. Once your toes are grounded, feel that energy spiral up the legs and the pelvic floor will gently lift. This is Mula Bandha. It's the muscles that would stop the flow of urine. And then moving up the spine, the low abdomen pulls in and back. This is Uddiyana Bandha. You want to keep these 2 positions engaged throughout our entire flow, our entire practice. If you can right now, tuck your chin slightly, Jalandhara Bandha, last one. And this one we only use once in a while in our practice, but it lengthens the spine. Let the shoulders fall down away from the ears. Feel strong and steady here. Blink open the eyes if they're closed still. Inhale, lift the arms up, Sun Salutation A. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, Chaturanga push-up. You can take the push-ups on the knees. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you get tired throughout practice, you can also skip the push-up entirely and simply step back to down dog. Perfectly fine. You do what your body needs. So we'll bend the knees again, look forward, step or float top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come down by your sides. One more Sun Salutation A. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway look out and lengthen. Exhale, plant hand, step or jump back, Chaturanga push-up. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. In our down dog this time, we'll lift both heels up high. And exhale, drop your heels off to the right side of the mat. So you're on the outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left foot. And now inhale, lift the heels again. Drop your heels to the left side of the mat. Outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right foot. Inhale, lift your feet up again. This time, flip the top of the left foot over. So you're pressing on the top of the foot. So is a pretty intense foot stretch rather. If it's really intense for you, do one foot at a time. Bring that left foot back down and then the right foot. If it's intense but you kind of like it and your body feels good, flip both feet over at the same time. But you've been warned, it's an intense foot stretch. Good, and if you have one or both, flip them back over. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Take your feet as wide as the mat. We'll move into Yogi Squat Malasana. Let the hips come down, sink low. The heels might lift, that's okay. Most important, lengthen the spine. Look at one spot that's not moving in front of you. Breathe. We'll take an easy arm balance here, Kakasana, so it's like a flying frog. Just keep your arms and legs as they are, unless you'd rather take Bakasana right now. Spread the fingers wide like starfish, and then just like you're flying on the inner part of your thighs, you lift maybe one or both feet, or just keep that connection between the arms and the legs. Nice. And slowly bring your feet back down to the floor. And this time, round. Tuck the chin towards the chest and reach the arms forward. Feeling the posture in a new way. And from this rounded yogi squat, simply walk it back out to down dog. Crawl it out. From down dog, bend both knees, step or hop top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, straight arms, straight legs. And exhale, hands come down by the side, Samasthiti. We'll move into Sun Salutation B. Bend the knees, chair pose. Lift the arms, lift the gaze. If you can, press your palms together, but if that's too much, keep the palms separated. Now exhale, fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga push-up. Elbows by the ribs. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot between the hands, rise up, warrior one. One breath and one movement. So on your exhale, come right back down. High to low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Rise up. And on your exhale, right back down. Linking your breath to your movement. Flow through the vinyasa. And breathe in down dog. Child's pose if you prefer. Now at the back of the mat in your down dog, bring your feet together. And we brought our attention to those bandhas, pelvic floor, the core earlier. With the feet together, I want you to bend the knees a lot till your torso and thighs are touching. And as you hop up to the hands this time, try to keep your torso and thighs touching and really engage that pelvic floor and core as you take a little bit of a hop up. So you can look at your screen, try to get your hips up a little bit higher as you bring your torso and thighs together. But you can do it as a little small hop too. But eventually we'll hop up to the hands. So take about 3 or 4 of those little hops, keeping your body parts together, the torso and thighs. You can try it more than once. Once you're at the top of the mat again, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, rise up, chair pose. And as you straighten the legs this time, interlace fingers behind your back, knuckles down, lift your chin. Slight back bend here. You might even move the hands side to side, opening up the shoulders. And then be still again. Move right into your chair, but keep your arms as they are. And now move into a half chair. Extend the fingers forward. Torso hovers over the thighs. Gaze is straight down at the floor. Lift your core off your thighs so you're not resting here. It's active. Good. Now interlace fingers behind your back. Straighten the legs. Knuckles fall away from the torso. Gaze is at the shins. Allow the spine to be long, even the neck. Bring your hands to the floor. We'll take Bakasana now. If you know the transition from Bakasana, crow to headstand, feel free to take that transition. If you're new to Bakasana, I'll walk you through it, but if you're doing your own postures, just do your thing, do your practice. If you're new to crow, spread your fingers wide, bring your knees to your armpits or as close as you can, or if you're pretty new to this, you can bring your knees around the upper parts of your arms and then squeeze your inner thighs. Start to look forward and lean forward. If you're looking back like this, you'll somersault, so lean forward, maybe lift one foot, maybe both. And if you're in Bakasana and you're working towards headstand, you simply come into your crow and then slowly bring the crown of your head down. And then maybe lift your legs up. Wherever you are, in headstand, crow, Bakasana, somewhere along the way, let's step it back, chaturanga push-up. Up dog to down dog. Lift the right leg up and drop the right heel towards the left hip. Stay here and then start to make circles with the right knee, opening up the right hip. Move the other direction with your circles. Extend the right leg long and tall. Now bring the right knee in towards the chest, high plank. Shoot the right foot off the left long edge of your mat so you're on the outer edge of the right foot. Fall in triangle. Turn your hips up towards the ceiling. Lift the left arm. Feel the length and strength in your body. Come back around three-legged down dog. Right leg is lifted. Step the right foot between the hands, high lunge. Left heel will stay off the mat. Lift the arms. Breathe. Open to warrior two, pivot and plant the back heel down. Gazes forward and strong over the right fingertips. Kiss the shoulder blades together on your back. Maintain the bend in your front knee, the right knee, turn the right palm up, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm overhead, extended side angle. Or if you know the bind, start to move into the bind. Bring the right arm up and around the left thigh, left hand across the low back. And if you want to move into bird of paradise, step the left foot forward. Start to pick up the right foot. Maybe straighten the right leg. Slowly come back. We'll all bring our hands to the inside of the right foot as we come back into a lunge. Pick up the back heel, drop onto the left knee. Lift the left arm up, moving into the twist, revolved extended side angle. Left elbow hooks on the outside of the right thigh. Press your palms together. Stay here. Maybe open your arms. Left hand down, right arm up. Maybe take a bind. Left arm around the right thigh. Right hand across the low back. Or tuck the back toes and lift your back knee in any of these arm variations. Last part of the pose, gaze up to the ceiling, past the right shoulder. And slowly release the posture. Plant hands, high to low push-up. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. From down dog, jump through or walk through and come to a seated position. Plant your feet hip distance apart. Plant your hands 6 inches behind your hips. Make a little bit of space between your hands, more than you normally would for a regular tabletop, because we're going to swing our hips between our forearms. So inhale, lift your hips up, tabletop, and then gaze straight up at the ceiling. Don't relax your neck back like we sometimes do in yoga. Exhale, swing your hips back between your arms. Heels stay down, but bums lifted if you can. Core is engaged. Inhale, lift the hips, gaze up. Exhale, swing it back, navel to spine. 2 more like this. Inhale, lift, and exhale back. One more, inhale, lift. And exhale back. This time we'll bring our bums to the floor. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Plant the right foot a hand's distance away from that straight left leg. Lift the arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold, reach for the left foot. Or if your right shoulder's past the knee, turn your thumbs down and take a bind. Wherever you are, feel the spine lengthen. And then feel your nose coming a little bit closer to the left leg while maintaining the flex in that left foot. Good, now inhale, rise up. We'll come to boat pose, Navasana, just for a minute. You can have your knees bent here. You might straighten the legs. You can hold on to the backs of the legs. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and we'll gracefully land in Marichyasana A on the other side. So bend that left knee into the chest. The foot's a hand's distance away from the straight right leg. Lift the arms, inhale, and exhale, fold. Reaching for the right foot, toes point up towards the ceiling. Maybe turn your thumbs down if your left shoulder's in front of the knee and take a bind here. Slow down the breath. And slowly release the pose. We'll come back to Navasana boat pose for 5 more breaths. Lengthen your spine. Maybe even smile. And 1, cross your ankles, plant hands, Vinyasa. We'll take that sequence on the left side now. Chaturanga, up dog, inhale. Exhale, hips up and back. So start our sequence by lifting the left leg up, bend the left knee, let the heel fall towards the hip, and then start to make circles with your left knee. And move it the other direction. Just noticing what's going on with your body. Now extend the left leg long, create a lot of space between your feet. On your next breath, hug the left knee into your chest, high plank. Step the left foot off the long right edge of your mat. Turn your hips up towards the ceiling, extend the right arm, fall in triangle. And slowly release the pose, step it back. 3-legged down dog, left leg is lifted. Step the left foot between the hands, high lunge, back heel is lifted. Palms face one another, feel strong and steady. And now we open to warrior 2. Pivot and plant that back heel down, extend the arms out, gazes forward. Breath is steady. Now maintain that bend in the left knee. Just turn the left palm up. Reach up and back, reverse warrior. Next, exhale, left forearm to thigh. Right arm overhead, extended side angle. Stay here, or left hand comes down to the floor. Wrap your left arm up and around that left thigh. Right hand across the low back. And maybe step the right foot up for bird of paradise. Moving slowly with your breath. If you're in bird of paradise, slowly make your way back to extended side angle. We'll all bring our fingertips down to the inside of the left foot. Turn the right knee, or heel up rather. Drop the right knee down and rise up for the twist. Right arm up. Exhale, hook the right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Hands in prayer position first. Press your palms together. If you're okay here, right hand down, left arm up. And just like before, you might take a bind here. Wherever your arm position is, option to stay as you are. Or if you feel really steady, tuck the back toes, lift your back knee. Last part of the pose, gaze past the left shoulder towards the ceiling. Opening the chest, stretching the shoulders, breathing steadily. Exhale, gently release the twist. Plant both hands, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. From down dog, walk your hands to the back of your mat again. You want 2 fists between the big toes. That's a perfect distance here. You're going to take your peace fingers and thumbs and wrap them around your big toes for Padangustasana. So relax your head, bend your knees as much as you need to, and then start to exhale, bend the elbows, and pull your torso a little closer to your thighs. Inhale, feel length in your spine, lengthen the backs of the legs, and on your exhale, pull yourself together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. Slowly walk it back out, down dog. And in down dog, we'll drop onto our forearms for dolphin pose, bringing one elbow down and the other elbow down to the floor. You can stay here, simply like a down dog, but with the elbows on the floor. Or you might walk your feet in, maybe lift the right leg up and hold for 5 breaths. If you know Pinch Mayurasana, forearm stand, feel free to take it. And if your right leg's lifted, bring it down, lift the left leg up and breathe. Try to get the shoulders stacked over the elbows, building a lot of strength in the core and the shoulder girdle. And wherever you are, sit it back, child's pose. Let's take the knees wide and let the torso, maybe even the forehead, just melt to the floor here. A few deep breaths. And start to make your way back to a down dog. From your down dog, we'll walk our hands to the back of our mat one more time. Again, 2 fists between the big toes, perfect distance. This time we're going to stretch our wrists. So turn your palms up towards the ceiling and then step on your palms. Bend your knees a ton. This is Padahastasana. You want the toes to touch your wrists. Bend the knees, drop the head, relax it like a bowling ball. And then exhale, start to slowly lift your hips. And eventually one day, bring your nose between your knees. But no rush, just slowly see where your body will let you in this morning. And use your breath to create space in your body. And use your breath to let anything your body's clung onto in the last few weeks, let that go on the exhale. Okay, now slowly release. Bring your hands in front of you. This pose is probably not an official pose. I just call it dog peeing on a fire hydrant because that's what it looks like. So we'll bring the left hand in front of us, right peace fingers and thumb around the right big toe, and then start to lean to the left slightly and lift the right leg up to the right. Breathe, and you'll feel it, and it might not lift very high, that's okay. Nice, slowly release. Back down, other side, right fingertips down, left peace fingers and thumb around the big toe. Lean to the right and lift the left leg up. And breathe through it. Good, exhale, release. Walk it back out, down dog. And lift the right leg up again. Bend your knee like we did before. Stay here, stretching your hip. Or flip your dog into wild things. Step the right foot off the left long edge of the mat. Lift the hips up. Reach the right arm. And come back around. 3-legged down dog. Right leg is lifted. Step your right foot between the hands now. Move into a low lunge. Kapyasana. Left knees on the floor. Lift your arms up. So we'll flow a little here between our Kapyasana and then exhale. If you don't need your hands, you'll simply flex the toes up and move your arms back like wings. If that's too much, bring your fingers to the floor. Inhale, come forward, Kapyasana. Exhale, half splits, flex the right toes. 2 more times, inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 1 more time, press into the right foot as you rise up, slight back bend. And exhale, reach it back as you straighten the right leg. Come back forward, Kapyasana. And now bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Lizard pose, you can stay on the back knee. You can come onto the forearms. You might even peel open the right foot. So you lift that inner edge of the foot, roll onto the outer edge. Just make sure you're in complete control of your hip stretch and your knees feel okay. Connect with the breath. Slowly plant the right foot. Use your hands on the inside of the right foot to tuck the back toes under, lift the left knee, and then walk both hands to the left foot, moving into Skandasana. Bend the left knee, turn the right toes up, or stay a little bit higher here with the hips using the hands. If you can, hands to the center of the chest, lengthen the spine. It's normal for the heel to be lifted. It's normal to need to be up here too. So just take whichever version of the posture your body needs to be. Now we'll simply, while we're already on the left leg, we'll turn to face the back of our mat and move into lizard pose on this side. So hands to the inside of the left foot, maybe on the left forearms, maybe drop onto your back knee. And if you did before, peel open the inner edge of the left foot, rolling onto the outer edge, but completely in control of the stretch with the hands supporting you on the floor. Breathe into any tight spots in the hips. Three more deep breaths here. And slowly release, plant the left foot. Use your hands as we walk back to the top of the mat, Skandasana on the right side. So that side lunge, your heel might be lifted, hands to the center of the chest. Flex the left toes up towards the ceiling, or plant those toes if you're a little bit higher in your lunge. Whatever version of the pose you're doing is perfect. You're just making it work for your body. And our bodies have different habits and things that we have to do each day, so they're all a little different, and that's okay. Now use your hands, lift the hips up slightly, turn to face the front of the mat again, step back to a down dog. Down dog, lift the left leg high, bend the left knee, let the left heel drop towards the right hip. Maybe flip your dog into wild thing on this side. Lift the hips up, extend the left arm forward, reach, and breathe. Beautiful wild things. Come back around, three-legged down dog. Left leg is lifted. And like before, we'll come into our Kapyasana low lunge. Left foot forward, back knee, right knee down. Lift the arms up. And on our exhales, we'll start to straighten the left leg, arms back like wings, really flexing the left toes. Inhale, come forward, Kapyasana low lunge. Exhale, with complete control, lengthening the back sides of the legs. 2 more times, inhale forward, and exhale back. Last one, inhale forward, and exhale back. This time, as you inhale forward, come up to Kapyasana. We'll bring both hands to the inside of the left foot, tuck the back toes, lift the hips, and then pivot the feet to move into a wide-legged forward fold Prasarita. Bring the hands in line with the soles of the feet if you can, and maybe bring the crown of the head to the floor. If you'd like to do a tripod headstand, feel free to go upside down here. Or if you'd like to keep stretching the back sides of the legs, keep stretching the back sides of the legs, staying in the fold. If you're upside down, stay playing and doing what you'd like for as long as you want to. If you want to take a twist, lengthen the spine, lift up halfway. And this is like our twist at the beginning of class. Right hand to the center of the mat, lift the left hand and bring your palm to your hips. Now turn your gaze up towards the left without moving your hips too much. If it's okay, extend the left arm towards the ceiling. And maybe, if it feels good like before, bring the left hand across the low back to the right hip pocket. Another expression of the pose, you can bring the right hand, which is on the floor, to the left ankle and really exaggerate this twist. Letting the body unwind and open up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, HA, high, out the mouth. We'll gently release. Bring the left hand to the center of the mat now. Extend the right arm up. And then bring the right hand to the low back to just keep the hips in the right spot. And then once you're in that right spot, re-extend the arm and maybe bring the hand to the low back, maybe the hip pocket. And if you'd like to take that full twist, option to bring the left hand to the right ankle and really exaggerate that backward motion with the right shoulder as you lengthen and twist the spine. And gently release this twist. Both hands to the center of the mat. Bring the hands to the waist. Uddiyana Bandha, low abdomen pulls in and back. Keep your spine long as you start to rise all the way back up. Arms out to a T. Interlace fingers behind you like we did in our chair. Knuckles down, lift your chin. Exhale. And fold forward again. Slowly tightening and engaging the quadriceps, the thighs, as you fold. And this will access a little bit more mobility in the back sides of the legs or the hamstrings. If your forward fold feels like you've run out of space, bring your feet a little closer together. If it feels like you're really far away from the ground, you can take your legs wider. Wherever you are, let your arms fall away from your ears and torso a little bit more. Relaxing through the shoulders. And on your next exhale, let the arms slide down the legs. Peace fingers and thumbs around the big toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, rebend. Elbows bend slightly towards the shins in this posture. Spine is long. Legs feel strong. Good, now inhale halfway, rise up, and hands to the waist. Rise all the way up to standing, and stop, step, or hop, or jump. I'm getting tongue twisted here at the top of the mat. We'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, lift the arms, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. If you want to take a crow pose Bakasana just for a transition for fun here, feel free to go into the arm balance. Wherever you are, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So one little burst of energy before we start to slow things down. We'll lift the right leg up again. Come back through to high lunge. Keep your left heel lifted. Hands to the center of the chest. Anjali Mudra. Exhale, bend the left knee, let it hover. And lift. And bend. And lift, bend, and lift. Two more like this. Last one, hover at the bottom here, and tiny pulses. Just little micro movements, really squeezing your butt and really feeling the muscles of the glutes. And now hold and hover at the bottom in stillness. But your breath is steady, don't hold your breath. Now you're already really firm in the right foot. Just bring your torso over that right leg and move into Warrior 3 Dakasana. Left toes point straight down towards the floor. Foot is flexed, but lift that leg in line with the glute. On an inhale, rise up, standing staff. Flex the left foot, lift the knee in line with the hip. Lift the arms. We'll move right into eagle pose. Bend the right knee a little. Left leg on top of right. Maybe hook your toes. If not, keep the toes to the inside. Left arm underneath. Wrap at the elbows. Maybe grab opposite shoulders or twist again at the wrists. Vinyasa style, we'll start to maybe fold our eagle. Elbows to the knees. And very steady and mindfully unwind the left leg. Move back to warrior three, eagle arms. Return to high lunge, eagle arms. Inhale, lift the elbows. Stretch the spine. Breathe. And on your exhale, unwind the arms, reach up, and follow the hands down to the mat. High to low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Back onto the forearms, dolphin pose. And then come onto the balls of your feet. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Creating strength and awareness of the core, the shoulders. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll press it back, wide knee child's pose. Let the forehead rest. Come back to the steady rhythm of your breath. Spread your fingers wide, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. One more side, and then it's all relaxing rejuvenation. Lift the left leg up high. Step the left foot between the hands. Back heel will stay lifted. Hands to the center of the chest. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and lift. 2 more. Bend and lift. Last one. And now we'll bring the torso. Oh, actually, I'm skipping ahead. Sorry. We're going to do our little pulses here. Let's not skip those. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and hover. Breathe. Good. Now our weight's already poured into the left leg, so start to really pour the weight there and lift the right leg. Flex the toes. Try to lift your right heel as high as the right glute. You know where we're going now, so rise up, standing staff. Right knee lifts in line with the hip. Flex the feet. Lift the arms. And then bend the left knee. Right knee on top. Maybe hook the toes, eagle. Right arm on bottom, grab opposite shoulders, or cross, wrap, and twist. Now Vinyasa style, elbows to the knees, fold. Slowly unwrap the right leg. Dakasana, warrior 3 with eagle arms. Bring the right ball of the foot back down to the mat. Lift the elbows back up. Stretch through the shoulders. And on your next exhale, extend the arms up. And watch your hands come down to the mat. High to low push up. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Gorgeous, gaze forward. Step or jump through. Seated position. Legs straight out in front of you. Remove the flesh from the sit bones. Bring the tops of the hands down so the palms face up. Lengthen the spine. Tuck your chin. And maybe even flex your feet so much that the heels pop up off the floor. Keep everything where it is. Just extend the arms and gaze. And exhale, fold. Hands to the shins, ankles, feet, around the feet. Wherever you are, lengthen the spine. And exhale, look at the toes and keep folding. So every time you take an in-breath, think about length in your body, in the parts of your body. And each time you take an out-breath or exhale, imagine creating more space in your body. Now we'll rise up, bring the right sole of the foot to the left thigh, seated tree pose. Lift both arms, we'll take a twist here. Right hand to the outside of the left calf or foot. Reach the left arm back. You can keep the left hand reaching in space or let the fingertips come down to the floor behind you on the outside of the left hip. Maintain flexion in the left foot so that leg stays engaged. And slowly rise up. We'll bring the right hand behind the right hip, come onto the right shin, plant the left foot. A wild child, just a smaller variation of wild thing on the shin. And slowly release back down. We'll switch sides. Right leg in front, left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Lift both arms up to start. Exhale, left arm forward to the outside of the right calf, ankle, or foot. Right arm will reach back. You can keep reaching in space or let the fingertips come to the ground behind you as you fold and twist and reach and breathe. Two more breaths here. Slowly release the twist. Left hand behind your left hip. Lift up onto the left shin, plant the right foot, extend the right arm. Feel the length in your body. And exhale, release the hips back down. Bring the soles of the feet together here for cobbler's pose, Baddha Konasana. Open your feet like a book. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lead out with the chin, the sternum, and start to press down with the elbows on the insides of the thighs. Try to stay really long in your spine on this first one because we'll exaggerate the rounding of the spine on the second go around. Rise up, scoot your feet about 6 inches away from you. Hands to your ankles or hands underneath the calves, grabbing the tops of the feet. Round the spine, tuck the chin. Your head might hover, it might come between the feet. And slowly rise up. We'll plant the feet hip distance apart, lie onto the back, extend the fingertips forward, use your core as you go down. And once you come all the way onto your back, palms will plant facing down. And we'll do some dynamic movement with our bridge pose to warm up before we take full wheel. So inhale, lift your hips and lift your arms up overhead so the palms are facing the ceiling. And then as we exhale, the hips come down as the palms come back down to the floor. And we'll inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms back up. And then exhale, back down to the floor. Do this 2 more times, really noticing the articulation in the spine and noticing the action going on in your glutes to support your flexibility as you lift. And after your last lift in this bridge pose, you can come to a regular bridge pose, lifting the hips, interlace fingers beneath you, or plant hands above the shoulders by the ears and lift into Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel, breathing in and out through the nose, steadying the body and mind through the breath. And slowly release. Wherever you are, bridge or wheel, Once you're on your back again, grab the inner or outer edges of your feet for happy baby. Rock side to side. If you like to straighten one leg as you go to the side, you can do that, and then straighten the other leg. Or simply press down and release the hips. Release the feet, lift the heels up directly over the hips. Stay here for waterfall pose, reversing the flow of blood, or lift your hips up for shoulder stand pose. You want a straight line from the shoulders to the hips out through the heels. Breath is normal, natural. As you're ready, let the toes fall to the floor, be on your head, plow pose, halasana. And maybe interlace fingers behind your back. Keep the legs active here if you can in your plow pose. So really press into the feet if they're on the floor and straighten the legs. And then separate the knees 6 inches. Bend your knees a lot. So one day the knees will come down on either side of the ears by your head. And option, if you're pretty close, to bring your hands back to your heels and press down on your heels to get the knees down. But don't worry if it's not happening today. Nice, and then bring your hands back to your low back. Press back up into shoulder stand. And then come all the way onto your back, slowly. We'll move right into fish pose once we get all the way down. Hips stay down, lift your chest, forearms stay down, and then relax your head and neck back. Lift your chin, relax your shoulders down to the floor. Bring the right leg up towards the ceiling. Interlace fingers either behind your right calf or behind your right thigh. Flex or point the right toes, yogi's choice. And we'll come back to that same breath pattern that we've been doing all class. Inhale for length. Exhale, we move a little deeper into the pose. Exhale, bend your knee, interlace all 10 fingers beneath the right kneecap. Hug your right knee into your shoulder, tuck your chin, get really long through the spine, flex the left toes up towards the ceiling here. And now with the left hand, guide the right knee across your body for a stretch. Gaze to the right hand, maybe even turn your chin that direction. And slowly release. The twist, extend the right leg, flex the right toes, lift the left leg up, interlace fingers behind the calf or the thigh. Inhale for length, exhale, let everything settle. We've done a lot of movement, a lot of breathing this morning. So just let it all settle down and set into your body, mind, soul. Bring the left knee into the chest, interlace fingers beneath the left kneecap. Hug that knee in tight and tuck the chin towards the chest. Flex the right toes up towards the ceiling. Now guide the left knee across the body with the right hand. Gaze to the left hand, maybe even turn your chin that direction. And release the twist. Give yourself a big hug. Hug both knees into the chest. Grab opposite elbows or wrists. And then maybe even bring your forehead towards your knees, or even give your knees a kiss. Mwah. Give yourself a big, big hug. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Every single muscle in your body, squeeze. And exhale, relax. Shavasana. Let all this work that you've done for the last hour settle in your body. Feel a wave of relaxation wash over you from the toes to the crown of the head. Feel the body and mind relax with this wave of relaxation. Nowhere to go, nothing to do but be here now. Become so relaxed that even the breath is barely perceptible. And as you start to notice your breath again, start to bring some movement back to your body. And as you're ready, maybe stretch your body, wiggle it, however feels most natural. And we'll rise up to a comfortable seated position when you're ready. And in a comfortable seat, no rush. Hands will come to Anjali Mudra, center of the chest, palms pressing together. Notice your breath, just like we did at the beginning of class. Feel a sense of serenity and peace and calm in each breath you take. The good and the light in me honors, recognizes, and bows to the good and the light in each of you. Namaste.